What's going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to Torpedoes and Tarantulas. And yes, we have another package. And I know I say this with every single stinking package, but with this one, I literally mean I am as excited as you can be about a package because I have finally gotten my hands on one of my dream tarantulas, and we're about to unbox it and see if it's okay. So let's stop talking. Let's get to opening. By the way, sorry to Norvis that I didn't use my big ass buck knife to open this box like I normally do. It's in the truck, and I was in a hurry to get this box open. Let's see what we've got here. Typical packing. Let's get that styrofoam out of the way. Newspaper, nice. I really like when they wrap with newspaper. No cool pack or anything because in Texas it's starting to get actual fall weather. I believe it might be 75 degrees outside right now. And that's just folded up newspaper. And then I see a little envelope down in here with a vial in it. And the spiderling is in there somewhere. We will get it out, get rearranged, get the enclosure ready because I can already see the enclosure that I've made up is going to be way too big. So, redo that, regroup and everything. You guys go get a snack, go get a cold beer or soda or whatever. Let's come back and let's check out my new dream tarantula. Alright, so what I think I want to do first is get this thing out of the container from the unboxings that I've seen. I don't think I have to worry about a bolt out of this one. It might decide to go for a stroll, but that's because it's an arboreal, and well, that's what arboreals do. But I really need a good sense of the size of it so I can redo its enclosure. So that's what I'm going to do here now. I've cut the tip off of the vial, and I'm just going to use my push stick, and I'm going to try to push the whole thing out, and we'll see what happens. There we go. Really want to be very delicate with this thing. Trying to think the best way to do this. Should I squeeze the tissue from the bottom? Because I can see the spiderling, but now that I pulled that out, it has since moved to the bottom. So I may have to try to unravel this. Apologize for the dirty hands and fingers. I did work today. It was fortunately a very short day. And because I have been awaiting this package, and I guess I'll go ahead and kind of give you guys some clues as to what is in here. This little tarantula right here is going to be the crown jewel in my collection. It is a New World arboreal species from Brazil. Quite tiny, and here it comes. Come on, camera, focus. Oh, yeah. And it's doing the typical arboreal walk right off the bat. So yes, that's giving me an idea of, I wish this damn camera would focus. Give me an idea of what I need. There we go. We got to get some better light on this thing. So what I'm going to do now is just put it in this little tube. Let it go down in there and just kind of hang out. I know it's alive now, and I know what size holes I need in my enclosure and all that stuff. So what I'm going to do now is remake this little guy's home. And then we'll get some better looks at it. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but this is the T. Celedonia, or I don't know how to pronounce that name. Typhocleana Celedonia, the Brazilian jewel tarantula. I'm going to redo its enclosure, and we're going to get a better look at this thing, guys. Hold on. In case you were wondering what a tiny baby T. Celedonia looks like, there you go. I've got its enclosure redone. And it's all the way down at the bottom of this vial now, so I'm going to work it back out of there and we're going to put it in its new enclosure. Let me get this thing out and I'll come right back, guys. So I have been trying to get this rascal to settle down and be still. Oh gosh, lost it for the last couple of minutes. And it won't stop walking, so I think hopefully we'll get it inside its enclosure. I lost it for a second. And maybe it will settle down and we can get a little bit of a look at it. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to try to get this thing down into its enclosure now, but it obviously wants to go the complete opposite way. Come on, little one. Oh, up on the next finger. If you'll notice, its movements are kind of robotic. They're like herky-jerky when it walks. I just can't keep focus on this thing because it won't be still. Hold on, guys. Walk right in there. There we go. Oh, I got it down into the enclosure, and then it fell, but then it popped back up, which is a good thing because now maybe we can get... Look at that, guys. No, don't be trying to come back out. That right there is my most wanted tarantula. It wants to keep coming back out. As is most people's in the hobby. I'm going to have to put the lid on this for a second. And I have been trying for at least a year now to get my hands on one of these. I was trying to get one from Palp Friction here several months ago. And kept emailing them just to find out whether it was legal to ship them over state lines, because if it was, I would like to buy some and would never get a response. You always get an automated response email from them, saying they acknowledge that you reached out to them, but they never get back to you. And then weeks later I checked and they were out of stock. Naturally, I was a little perturbed at that. And then a few months ago, I forget how I got turned on to a place, not turned on, but got alerted of a place. Look at that, guys. Of a place in Wisconsin that had some. Same thing. I contacted them, asked them if they could be shipped over state lines. I didn't hear anything back. So I kind of forgot about it for a while, put it on the back burner. Well, a couple of weeks ago, that very company sent me an email saying that they were getting some more of these in. So I thought, well, I'll take a long shot here. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. And message them once again and find out. Maybe they'll answer me this time and I can find out if they can be shipped over state lines. Hold on, let me corral this thing back in. They're a lot like Avix and Carabinas. Once they come out of their enclosure, they do not want to go back in there. Be patient with me, guys. Sorry. Dealing with the new baby here. All right, it's back in on its bark. Maybe it will be still for a second. So anyway, okay, gonna have to put the lid back on again. Come on. This thing does not want to go back in there, and I'm having trouble telling you the story of how I got this thing while it keeps running. But if we don't have a look at it, then you don't have anything to look at while I'm talking. Anyhow, so I messaged them realizing it would probably be a long shot in getting them to get back to me, and they actually got back to me pretty quick and said yes, they could be kept across or shipped across state lines. I'm just going to let it walk for a second and wear its stuff out. That they could be shipped across state lines, and I said totally awesome. I'll take two. They said we only have one left. Well, that was on a Sunday afternoon. You see those herky-jerky robotic movements I was talking about? Anyway, on a Sunday afternoon, so I got up, went to the local check cashing place, put money on my card, and as I was walking out the door, paid for the very last T. Celedonia that they had. So I've just been eagerly awaiting this arrival ever since then. I'm super excited to have one. I'm a bit nervous about losing it, just because that happens. Especially when you do stuff like that. That happens with keepers. Just like some people have trouble with the avicularias and the Caribbean versicolors. They tend to die on them when they are tiny slings. And so I'm a bit nervous about that. And of course, they are still pretty rare in the hobby. So, there's not super detailed information on the husbandry, and the husbandry that is out there. There's some discrepancies between almost everyone that will tell you about the husbandry on them. So it's kind of a learn as you go thing, but I'm super excited to have this little guy because, as I said, they are still pretty rare in the hobby. Now, there are big hobbyists out there who are breeding these. They are starting to become more readily available in the hobby, and hopefully uh, we can get them more readily available or more public and cheaper. Now, I know I am nobody, but this little spider right here actually may be pivotal in getting a lot more of these out into the hobby, because whether this is a male or a female, like I said, they're really rare out there. So somebody's going to have the opposite one and want to breed them, and hopefully over the next year or so, even with some of my help, although like I said, I'm just a small fish in a big pond with those breeders and everything, we can get these out to the rest of you guys who would love to have one but can't afford them. Honestly, I didn't really need to spend the money, but I had it. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, so I finally got one now, and I'm going to keep a very close eye on it, and we'll be keeping, hopefully, a pretty detailed update log on it. So there we go. It is fine and dandy. I can email back Animal House Pets and Supplies. That is the name of the place I got it from, by the way, and let them know that it did arrive safe and sound and alive. That puts my mind at ease. I can get on with the rest of my day. I hope the rest of you are having a great day, and I hope you did enjoy this video and that you'll let me know with a thumbs up, a comment, subscribe if you haven't done that, share this video with your friends. Of course, take care of yourselves and each other, and thanks so much for watching. Once again, look at this little beauty. Take care, guys. God bless.